on for the first round in WEC for the 64 miles of Sebring. Ultras on pole alongside Carlos Eduardo. Tyree is third from Zach Wallace and Thierry Headley. Jody Venter is sixth, and then we have Tom Dock, Sebastian Campo, Ian Babinus, UK Ball, Reverse Theo, Damian Castro, Livery, Felix Weber, Davey Serkiera, Lam Fong, Diamond Sarov, Mark Hadley. On the final round, we've got two Volkswagen, Vendetto and Jensen also. Here we are, 64 miles of Sebring, 24 laps of this track, 5 red lights, and the endurance race is underway. It is a very good reaction time from Eduardo into gold. Into the first corner, behind the inside line, Ultra cannot cut him off. And then Ultra going very wide, Eduardo takes the lead. Of the 64 miles of Sebring, as well as get ahead of Tari. The leads are 3 and 4. No hard tires are being used, it's just soft and medium to start this thing off. As down the inside Venter goes, he is ahead of Tyree. As Venter gets a penalty, Babinus also gets a penalty. Both Dacias now with penalties. And can Ultra make a move? He's going for it. Down the inside of Eduardo, and he's through in the first place again. The Porsche leading, but how long can he hold this on for? And the Golf is sticking alongside, and with the inside line here, it's going to benefit him a lot. And Ultra drops the V2, and Eduardo leads the 64 miles of Sebring. So on board to find a Bandits and Dacia, one of the two people with penalties, the first person here to get a penalty. As he's coming down this first straight, Castro gets a track limits warning. He's overly pushing the vehicle as it seems. Now there's only 10 teams on this grid in comparison to F1, which has 11 teams. So yeah, as you can very clearly tell, it's a smaller grid. Adelaide, he is going to be desperate to make up some places. He goes down the inside of Sarov. The BMW must fall behind for now. Activating the ERS system with these hybrid engines, he has to back out. And down the inside there, what a Sandro Adelaide. He is on fire, getting his teammate and Weber, and he's also went for moving Verstio around the outside. Verstio in the AF Corsa has dropped down more places, and Eduardo is just under a second ahead of Wallace. Now it looks like Wallace will have DRS then, as we head down the start of this straight, which will then head on to what's typically known as the main straight. Diamond Catcher steps back up, then Mark Adelaide. That is the DRS activated for Wallace, heading into turn 3 here, and he's going to go down the inside of Eduardo. These two somehow not making any contact. It's a clean move. It's an excellent move. And now Wallace sees himself leading the 64 miles of Sebring. And there are Ultra down the inside. He's through it into second place, back into there. And now it's his goal to try and get Wallace while holding off Eduardo. Now, will Golf be possibly contemplating swapping their drivers? Because Campbell's right on the rear end as well there. As Thierry Headley trying to defend his position from Tyree, but he has the inside line and that has worked out for him. He is through into 6th place as the Porsche of Headley fights back, forcing him off the track, giving him a warning as well. Wow, that was aggressive. And Ultra right on the back of Wallace. Is there any way Wallace can defend this as the tyres are wearing out? The tyres are going. Now Ultra goes over to the inside line, into turn 3. That was an even better move than the one last lap. It was clean, but it's not worked out. So never mind what I said about how it was better, it was just not better. Wallace has a lot more speed there, and Wallace takes the lead again. As Golf are running in an extremely strong position right now. As Jensen Olsen struggling at the back, not making any moves. With T20 all race, the Vendetto has made up 2 places. It's not the best, but it's certainly better than no places. And yeah, as we see, there's gonna be a big loss in performance for drivers like Ultra, who slows down. He's coming into the pit lane. He's going for the undercut strategy. Now, can the undercut work? We'll have to find out. As Vettel heading this little mini train here. As we can see the Aston Martin. Drivers almost hitting the wall there. They are pushing the limits on this track, and it is incredible to see. As Eduardo dropped a second there, but he did not drop. He dropped not in time, so that's good for him. As he does get DRS active, I'll try to word that the best way I could, but I couldn't. As UK Ball tires, they are starting to fall off. What are BMW going to do for their drivers? And what are the other teams going to do? Like Aston Martin. Both of their drivers on the soft tyre. Lam Fong and Dami Castro. Whilst Wallace doesn't need to worry about pitting yet. He's on mediums. Yes, they'll start to wear out, but there's no need to pit now. And one person who is pitting now is Eduardo as Headley stays out. Fabulous also staying out. Tyree's staying out. He's on the medium, so there's no need for him to come at the pit, save the top dock. As Castro going for his 6th lap on the tyre. DRS is enabled for him as he's plowing round turn 2 at the moment to head into turn 3. And he's going to send it. He's going for it. That is a very popular overtaking zone. And you can see why from that. As now Venter last place, the Benedetto ahead of him. So the Volkswagen is ahead of the Dacia. And look at Ocampo and Ultro, they went for the hard tyre strategy. UK Ball on the softs. He's down the inside. There's wheel bumping going on there. And UK Ball goes through the P16. Nice move there. Now when will Wallace pit? It's certainly not now. Drivers are slowed down around that final corner though to go at the pits. Headley stay out again. He is dragging the tyres on and it is incredible. Yellow flags in the third sector. And there is damage there for Team Cerquera. Half of his front wing is gone. And that is going to significantly alter his performance. I can't even say the word right, but he does hit turn 1. He hits the wall there. As Fong catching up, but he's slowing down to obviously not crash into him, but it's holding everyone else there up. So that's a bit of an interesting one there. Headley Bowden is predicted to hit this lap. And that is not a surprise in the slightest, as their tyres are wearing a lot. And that is 28%, I think they said, on Headley. And 24 on Babness. 25 now on Headley. These what I mean, the tyres are wearing out quick. And yeah, both of them slow down the inside line. Oh, that was almost contact. Tyree in the Alpine. Alpine running 1-2, but still need a pit. So Headley entering the pits, and that is more soft tyres. They're comfortable with the softs. Dacia serving their penalty, and they're going on to the mediums, claiming that they have some pace. As Boxara P19 from Felix Weber. As in the pits are many drivers, Versio Lampong, Doomser, Chiara. They are some of the notable ones, as also Versio's in the pits too. Livery's been on his softs for 2 laps. He's on his 3rd lap on the tyre now. So as you can see, he's made some pretty good gains. Same thing for UK Ball in P5. As he's got DRS active to try and catch Eduardo. He's doing it. He's down the inside. He's going down the inside of the Brazilian. The Briton moves up and he's into P4 and he has the fast lap, which does contribute to points here. Now the point system is a bit confusing here because we've got multipliers for racers. This is the one with a 1.5 multiplier, well 150% multiplier. So as we come into the pit here following Tyree, it's hard tyres for the Alpine, who's going to be looking to go a long distance. But how long can he make the tyres last? Can he even try and go to the end? Bit of a questionable strategy, but is it possible to go to the end, and will he try it? As Jensen Olsen is P3, dropping to P4 there, and he's going to soon lose out P4 to the other goal, Ocampo. He is struggling on that tyre. The mediums are fading away fast. The tyres, they're also degrading thick and fast as well. UK Ball in the provisional lead of this GP. Well, endurance race, sorry. It's not Grand Prix, it's an endurance race. As yet, Wallace confirming there, he's going into the pits after completing 9 laps on the medium tyre. And he's coming in for softs. Soft, a bit of a bold move, but that is what he's going for. And let's see if he can make this work. the man representing the European flag, is coming out the pits. UK ball lead from Eduardo and Ocampo. Ultros P4, Wallace coming out the pits in P5. That is solid. But Henley, he's went for it. He's got no time to waste. He's already gone for it. Castro's already through. And yeah, Henley's had to back out. That was his perfect chance to make a move there, but on board with Henley throughout the battle. And there's contact. Venter makes contact. And he's got a penalty because of it. Now, I swear I saw damage of some sort. Yeah, it might have been the front wing of the Dacia hitting the Porsche. That's not Eduardo, that's Ocampo. Ocampo's now leading this thing. He's done 5 laps on the hard tyre. The soft and UK ball are wearing out. And same for Eduardo, they are struggling on that tyre. Eduardo's got more wear though, it's very visible. As into the pits comes UK ball and Eduardo. They're not risking it. Wallace is through into P3 now. Has he though got an incredible strategy in play here? Like, that would be one hell of a result if he can do it. Now, he's on the soft, so he can easily push for a Campo and Ultra Bro. As Jensen Olsen has hit on the lap that he was on, he is still going to be P20, but he's on fresh hard tyres. I'm sure they can make it to the end. Yes, they'll be round 1, but it is possible. That's right, on lap 11 of 24 in Sebring. And Ultra, he's not even going to fight it. As down the inside, Wallace threw into second place in the Alpine. And this is perfect for the Alpine team, who will be loving life at the moment. This is life at the best for Alpine. As Eduardo and UK ball P18, P19, Eduardo clearly on for another stop. That's what he thinks more worth it. But for UK ball, he's thinking endurance. It's an endurance race, so go for an endurance stint. Now he is going to be going till the end of the race on that tyre, I imagine. As DRS is active, now can he get ahead of Livery, who's acting like a blockade, although Livery would be quicker. As these guys somehow no contact between them. Livery has 2 track limit warnings. He's gonna have to be careful on it, or else he will be seeing a penalty coming his way. As the BMW fighting the AF Corsa, and the AF Corsa is doing everything in his right to defend this. The BMW, this time, he's got a much better run, and down the inside, I think this might be it. And he's done it. He is through the bring up into 14th place. Now he is going to be free to catch David Saracera in the Toyota, running P13, and Wallace, we have not even commented on him. He is doing even better. However, I don't think it's worth the soft tyre gamble, because the hards, they're going to wear out. I don't know when, but very, very soon, in a few percent time actually. And Wallace has not been able to catch up to P1 Ocampo. In fact, he's been stuck fighting with Ultra, and it's cost him dearly. He came on his 3rd track limits warning, 1 more, and that is a slap bang penalty. Slam dunk. No matter what, it would be a penalty. And Ocampo's now got to defend from Ultra. Both of these guys on the tyres for the same amount of laps, and it is the exact same tyre. So Ultra is putting his F1 experience into play, and he is going to try and push for the Gulf. DRS active, and Ocampo is going to be very worried as Wallace is looking for a move. Ultra also seems to be struggling on the tyre there with the grip, and Henley comes into the pits. Wallace is falling behind. Ultra is doing the opposite. He is gaining. Now these gains are going to be very, very helpful as Theo into the pit lane for softs. The AF Course team are going for a bit of a unique strategy. They're going for at least 1 more stop in this race, and Felix Weber is unable to get ahead, but he might get ahead now, as Versio having a bit of a horrible exit to turn 1. That's cost him. Weber's through at P19. Versio is last place. AF Corsa not needing this in the slightest. Ocampo 1 second ahead of Ultra. Will Ultra get the DRS though? No, he will not. Now this is going to be worrying for him. Wallace trying to use the last part of his tyres as he's going to send it, I think. No, he could not send it. He had to back out there. That's not going to be good for his race at all. Tyree's got 4 laps more. He got 4 laps less wear, sorry, than Ocampo Ultra. Even he is in contention for the race win here, and he's looking very likely to get it at the moment. This would be incredible if he can get it, as UK Ball's got the penalty for track limits. He's finally got that, and that is not going to be good news for him. It's going to be good news for the likes of Eduardo in the Gulf UK team. As UK Ball activating the DRS, can he get ahead of David Serratiera? He might be able to, as he sends it on the Brazilian, who's currently dominating the Formula 1 World Championship on 125 points. Out of a possible 125. Like, that is incredible, I think. As Thierry Headley, he is right behind Eduardo. I think he might be able to make a move. He's got 3 laps better wear on the tyres of Campbell's in the pits after doing 10 whole laps. And Wallace did for mediums. So both their strategies on the final stint are the same. So Wallace needs to try and hope that he has more pace. And he's been held up, I think, by traffic, and also Campbell has from Olsen, as Olsen's gonna have to give way, I guess, as Castro flies past Wallace, and he flies past Ocampo, and that is him, who's done 1 lap on that soft tyre, and he's already fighting these guys who were at the front. Now, it'll be a miracle if you get them tyres to the end, I'm going to be honest. Ultra complete 11 laps on the tyre. Campbell done 11. I just said 10, that's what number was displayed, but he's actually done 11 there. As we are on lap 17, 12th lap of the hard to being completed for Ultra, and Tyree is only 2 seconds behind. And no one around this guy is a threat to him. As long as he can stay out to the end of the race, he could have a race win in the bag. But commentators curse exist, so we're not going to say anything else. This is what I was in for a 3rd stop of the day on the medium tyres. And there we go, that's a clean stop. Which one that resulted in him being P19 as Livery rounds the final corner in the AF Corsa. And he's going to be unable to get Eduardo, I think, as Eduardo struggles to get around that final corner as expected, but Livery can't do anything. He can't catch. And this may look like a P20 for Livery and a P20 for AF Corsa. As DRS is active, Tyree, who's completed now 9 laps, I think, yeah, 9. As he's fighting with Ultra track limit warning. Was that intentional for Tyree? Did he force off the track on purpose or not? Well, nonetheless, look at this man here who's determined. Up the hill, taking the inside line, activating DRS at the perfect moment. Ultra drops the P2, and he is now 13 laps on the hards. It is just wow. I can't believe he managed to do that. But he is really probably pushing for a soft stint at the end of the race. So that's probably why they are keeping him out for so long. It's a risky gamble. Endurance racing is all about the gambling. You've got to gamble endurance racing all of the time. Otherwise, you're not succeeding, you're not going to get anywhere. You've got to do these things. As Tyre is now leading by 2.5 seconds, Ultra, he's just finished his 14th lap on the tyre. There is no stopping this man from going long on the tyre. Now if he can do that, I believe Tyre can also go do this and get to the end. The Daniel box, sorry, he's done 12 laps. Lampong's done 11. Now Wallace has done 3. He's 14.3 seconds away from the lead, which means Tyre needs to stay out if he wants to win this. Otherwise he's going to drop. He will drop behind Wallace and those behind him, such as Ocampo and Castro. Also, Olsen, who gets through on Castro, who's struggling to find the pace there on the softs. He's had a horrible exit. UK ball for 5-second penalty still. He's probably going to be going to the end of that tyre, so he needs to try and extract the last bit of pace to minimise the damage of the penalty. And for Ultra, he's just dropping a lot every lap, but he is coming in. Ultra, after doing 15 laps on the tyre, is entering the pits with 5 laps to go, 5 laps remaining in this GP, in the endurance race, I'm getting used to F1. So you have 5 laps to go with its medium tyres. The softs seem to be wearing out around the 5 lap mark, so it might have been the best strategy for him. But he was leading this thing, and look where he is now. As Venter very close contact, I'm sure these guys are fighting towards the start of this race. The Ultra on fresh tyres, he's on mediums, and he's going to take them to the end and push like mad, I'd assume. Ocampo now, he's now into P2, and this is brilliant news for Gulf. All they've got to do is push Ocampo to the end of this race, and it's either going to be in P1 or P2, unless Wallace can pose a threat on these mediums, which is beyond the same amount of time as Ocampo. So yeah, this race getting very heated up in the final part of this. 4 more laps. Can Tyree hold on? Or will Ocampo manage to steal a victory when unexpected? The Balsara snatch a surprise podium on the 1 hard? Well, all this we'll have to find out in the coming laps, as Wallace drops behind Lam Fong, who's up through the P4. Olsen pits for the 2nd time. UK Ball pits for the 3rd time. Castro pits for the 3rd time. Castro onto softs. UK Ball onto mediums, and Olsen on softs. But yeah, UK Ball just getting rid of that penalty now, as Livery's going to get promoted up into P14. I also said 15. As now 7.5 separating the top 2 in this race. It is coming down every lap. As every lap passes, the time drops. It is going to be a lot of pressure for the car 2 of Alpine. And it looks like they might be staying out to the end. Tyler going for the 13th lap of the tyre. He's done the 13th lap. On to the 14th lap. But now this is the stage where Alpine might be a little bit in party mode here with celebrations, because the Campbell's tyres are starting to wear out as well. Tyler got 45% on the tyre, and this is perfect for the Alpine. Now, could the French driver in the French outfit get a race win here in America and start the season off with thrills? Well, there's only 2 more laps to go after this one. There's only 3 laps to go at the moment. And Ocampo is still closing the gap, but he's not closing it as quickly as before. I don't think so anyways. The gap's not really been changing much. As Wilson P3 from Lamfong, Adelaide. Bogdasarov has dropped off a little bit. He's still on the back of these guys. No doubt he's going to fall to Ultra Road though, who is going to be pushing this Porsche like mad to recover some points here. As Tyree starts the 23rd lap, leading this thing. He's only got 2 laps to go, and it's looking very likely for him. Can he get it done? He's done 14 laps and on the 15th lap. All he has to do is do 16 laps on the tyre, which is a crazy amount to be asking for, but it's a possible amount that he can do. It is possible. As Lam Fong, it looks like he's fell away from the podium. Adelaide, he can still fight because he's got better tyres than Wallace. Same compound, but 1 lap fresher, and as a result, he is going to be getting run the back of Wallace. Can he put an Alpine double podium at risk? Now that is a very good question for to answer. His Versio is down in P20 for AF Corsa. That's not looking good at all, but round the penultimate corner, and yes, that's confirmed it. Tyree's staying out. There's no way Ocampo is going to make over 6 seconds in 1 lap. There's no way this can happen. So now all this guy has to do is cruise it to the end. It is possible. It looks like he's going to do it. Have Alpine just pulled off one of the best plays I've ever seen before? Have they just done it with the Alpine car 2, who was looking on for a decent result, not even a podium, but just a decent result. Are they going to pull off a win with that very car? It's looking very likely, and this is about to be a very historical moment if it can happen. Adelaide down the inside on the final lap. He takes P3, the Toyota, into the podium places. The car 2 Toyota is doing amazing. The only car on the podium is Ocampo. But here we are, 2 more corners to go. The gap's barely even changed this lap. And around the final corner, Tyree wins the first round of the season. The 64 miles of Sebring goes to the Alpine car number 2. And Ocampo, P2. It's a solid result, just like he would do in the Formula 1. And Adelaide, he just gets it. He's just in the P3. Ultros get P5 from Lanfong and Bogsarov. It is a photo finish between them two for 5th. So for 6th, Benedetto finishes 8th from Headley and Eduardo. He's got a penalty, so also will go into the points. Now Bogsarov, 18 laps on the hards. What a madman there. As the grid is rounded off by Versio and Felix Weber. That was this. That was that. It was all for the 64 miles of Sebring. And what a result it was. Alpine taking the honours of the first victory of the season. What a result it is. And here we go. The French national anthem for our race winner of Tyree. Tyree wins from Sebastian Cabo and Marcus Adelaide. That is your podium. Then we got Zach Wallace, Ultra Bro, Lam Fong, Dino Bogsarov, Thierry Headley, Carlos Eduardo, Jensen Olsen, Damian Castro, Donald Benedetto, JD Venter, Livery, Tom Dock, UK Ball, Anna Boundless, David Saragera, Versio, and Felix Weber. So that was it. That was that. The 64 miles of Sebring is complete, and we'll see you in Spa when the WEC Championship returns.